Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a review of Umamusume Cinderella Grey Episode 4. Now, I want to talk about rivals for a bit. Rivals are oftentimes talked about for years and years to come. Young, old, millennial, Gen X, whatever. Rivalries will be in our minds and our hearts. As you get older and wiser, you realize this rivalry goes way back, even in wrestling. The rivalries are oftentimes talked about because we always pick that one side to win. And we talk about the moments, we talk about the story, the career path that everybody goes to. The Naruto and Sasuke of the world, the Goku and Vegeta of the world, the Light Yagami and L of the world. And we always have this rivalries of every freaking setback known to man. And we always talk about it. Umamusume has given us great matches. Great matches that we say, you know what? That's a 10 out of 10 match. And I never once in my reviews saying like this race was bad, I didn't like this race. Every race was a 10 out of 10. Never a bad race or this race was rigged. Every race had it coming. And the reason I bring up rivals is because Umamusume, and this is why I like Umamusume, I love the races, but we also gotta remember they have rivalries in that race. There's rivalries in every Umamusume corner. If you go back to season 1, Special Week's rival was Silent Suzuka. You look at season 2, and it was a freaking race. I love Rice Shower. She's my favorite since her face debut. But still, season 2 was Tokai Teo and McQueen. The third rival was Diamond and Black. I like Kida-san Black. And now this race, this finish. This is a race between two rivalries. One that's destined to be in the Tokai Derby. One that has this goal. One that's trying to get to the mountaintop. The peak of the mountain. March. Against a person who is literally was first underdog, loves to eat, has no dance experience, doesn't have a goal in mind, but loves to freaking run. Who loves to run so much, doesn't even have a goal. Once she set foot on the racetrack, she is willing to race throughout her wildest dreams. That's Oguri Cap. So you have one who's driven for greatness, the other don't have greatness or what desire. But still, this was the start of a rivalry. And the rivalry of this goes way back in the first episode. The moment Cap was running, that was the moment that was the moment that March saw something like she could be a threat. And then we got to the race between these two. And it was intense as hell. Even though, if I was an ESPN announcer questioning that match, I'm like, had her shoe was broken, the race could have been a whole lot different. Now we get into this. For March, it's about her legacy. For Cap, it's about redemption. And that's what we got in this episode. Now, for those of you who don't remember me, I was at Castle Point yesterday. You guys don't remember me because this was my anime hot take sign. I'm walking this around in New Jersey a lot with this anime hot take sign. And I got interviewed. I got questioned with my hot takes. You probably don't know this, but this was my hot takes. I wrote every hot take here known to men. Every hot take I said, I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Now, I did my videos on the hot takes where I said Bakugo's the worst character. I said Rent a Girlfriend's GOAT of rom-coms, even though it is. And Rentaru is the self-proclaimed GOAT of harems. Yeah, Rentaru from the 100 Girlfriends. I should do other hot takes I have in here, like JoJo Bizarre's Adventure is the worst anime ever, even though it is. And Redo of Hill is a good anime, which I already did that. But, no, I'm gonna talk about a few things here. Especially some hot takes that I will say up to no men. Trust me when I say this, my hot takes are gonna spread like wildfire. Also, I did my top 5 here in the back, which you guys can't read it in the back, backwards. But still, my top 5 is gonna be crazy, but I will do that some other time. Anyway, I want to get right to the review of episode 4 because this race was epic. Match of the year, 2025. Can't argue. Anyway, Light. Let's talk about Light for a bit. Light, Burno. I call her Light because it's simple, like Yagami. Question mark. I like the Light because I'm Team Kira. Her debut race. Even though she lost, I really wanted to see her race. Like, I Light has potential. Me personally, I can see Light being a racer, then an assistant coach, or both. She could be an assistant coach and she could run. I can see that. So her crying makes absolutely sense. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but she could do a lot better. I'm praying for Light to get better. Now for Oguri Cap. Oguri Cap got new horseshoes that are so heavy, it's like putting more weights on it, run so fast. The first thing that came to my mind was Rock Lee. Remember that Rock Lee versus Gara match? And by far, that was the best tournament match of all time. It's like, remember Rock Lee took off the freaking weights here, and it literally just throw it on the ground. I'm like, yo, he got fast. That's what this happened. This is what Cap. The moment she put all those horseshoes on, she was jumping light. She is freaking light. I'm like, damn, she is running fast now. Now, March potential as a racer goes way back when she was a kid. All she ever want to do is train. And we got to see the 2-bit trio of them as kids. We got to see, but still, when March as a kid, all she wanted to do was to run. Her goal was to be the best. Not one of the best, but the best at the Tokai Derby. So she never made friends. She was living that normal training life to a point that she wants to be the best. Now, I do like her ability, her scenario when she closed her eyes and she had these scenarios of how the outcome is going to be. How far and how deep to beat Oguri Cap. How far wide gap is to beat. So that's what she was doing. I had to close my eyes just to predict that, but that's how March was. Then the race. The race I wanted to see. Oguri Cap versus March. The hell with the other horse girls, even though they did put on a fight, but this was about these two. And I love that stare down, even with March, straight at the finger crossed, like calling him out. That's all right. I love it. I freaking love it. Now the coach's grandpa is from Tokyo, which is central. And now it's like, oh, he's here for a visit. Even Cross. Because if you look at the uniform Cross was wearing, even though I left that out. If you look at Cross uniform, she is also from Central. She is also from the same school that we all know from Umamusume. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. So, the race. I can't even grasp what I watched. That race had every freaking possibility. It was so intense. I was rooting for Cap for this. I legit rooted for Cap because I wanted Cap to get that redemption that failed her the first time. So when she did her thing, I'm sorry, it was so impactful. I can't even, I'm stuttering crazy. I might jump for joy. I might be screaming because this was fucking awesome. They both were at the same, they both triggered their first gear. I'm going to use the One Piece as a term. They triggered their first gear. And the moment they triggered their first gear at the same effing time. So much so they crossed paths. They're like, what? They both look eye to eye staring at each other because they both was at the same gear at the same time. Yo, and you're talking about, oh my God, this is why I like Umamusume. Oh my fucking God. Guys, did you not see what happened? When March was up by this far to Oguri Cap, and then all of a sudden, March had that intensity, I love the animation. The visual animation was so good, they showed us how intense that race was. How the hell? It's like, March had it. Like, March had that lead in the palm of her hand, that eye steered, an evil smile, like, I got this. And then, and then that aura, the aura in the background, Oguri Cap, that it's like she jumped up a second gear after that. I'm like, yo, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, she jumped up another freaking gear, guys. She jumped another gear. Cap went in. You saw the glariness, the aura, the evil tone look that Oguri Cap had. I won't use evil tone. That tone, that aura that she wants to surpass March, so much so that Cap just immediately jumped a second gear shift and just whoosh, past March. And you see March's reaction after she passed. She's like, I can't make it. She couldn't make it. Yo. That was freaking crazy. That was an entire episode of her racing. That's a good match. That's how a match is supposed to be. Not with a cliffhanger. You want to start the whole episode, the entire episode, mid-episodes of them racing to the point that you had to see it. And I love Cap for this one because Cap needed this. More redemption than ever. This was a redemption for Oguri Cap. I cannot stress that out. That's a redemption right there. Sorry, I'm out of breath. But still, that's a match right there. That's how a rivalry should be, and that's how a match supposed to be at like this. At that peak when there are moments like this, and you running to that dark like aura vibe thing, kind of like a Blue Lock vibe, but still that aura was something. Seeing Cap and March racing their ass off in this one. Yo, it was intense. Then after March lost, she realized I've been beaten. Because if you go back to March's race, there was never once a horse girl that was at her level. There was never once a horse girl that could be equal to her or be a rival to her. Until Cap came in and did it. Then the performance. Now here's the thing though. Last performance. Oh, and by the way, March and Cap put on a show so much they respect each other. Not as friends, but as rivals as well. That's a good rivalry. Now, let's talk about this one for a bit. Oguri Cap performance. Now, I know a lot of people will skip. I know people who watch the show will skip it because of the performance. Now, the last performance, yeah, I get it. She did a Katsumatsu Ondo dance. I get it. You're not wrong right there. But Minnie, Ace, and Rudy did the thing. I feel like those three have been redeemed. They've been forgiven. Those three have been forgiven. Especially Nora Ace. Ace loves Oguri Cap. You can tell there's the Yuri / Tsundere gal in Ace. Because Oguri Cap's performance was spot on. She actually performed like a true idol dancer. Because if you go back to Ace, Ace was the one that apologized to Cap, gave her tickets to practice her dancing because her family runs a dance studio. So you see like a little bit of a training montage that Ace was training Cap how to dance. And even when Cap was sleeping, Ace was brushing Cap's hair and make it look like her hair. So it's like Ace is Cap's fan. Like Oguri Cap got a #1 fan, and it's Ace, Nora Ace. And I do see like a Yuri, maybe it's a fan, or it's a Yuri / Tsundere vibe. But yeah, she pulling off that. The gal Tsundere love for Oguri Cap. Now, that performance was good. I do like that with Ace being like the coach, telling her how to do dance moves, this kind of thing. That was great. Now, the next race was coming up for Cap. But then the old man, his grandpa, the trainer's grandpa said, well, uncle, I think it was uncle or grandpa, I lost track. But still, his grandpa was like, don't make her enter that race. Don't make her enter that race. See, here's the thing. Watching that, I got a gut feeling something like, you know how they say a dark storm is coming? This is what they were referring to. A dark cloud is coming. So when the grandpa told the trainer, don't make Cap entered this next race, the coach is like, screw it, I'm gonna make her into the race. We still got the Tokai Derby, but I'm gonna make her into this race. And I'm like, no, that's a bad call. And the Dark Cloud was coming. Because if you go look, and then you look at the ending credits, after the credits, you see Rudolph. You see Rudolph's schedule. She's going around, going to many she's going around to many racetracks to see who is going. Like, they need more young people to enter Central and all that stuff. So her next schedule on the book is the same course that the trainer is going to put Oguri Cap in, even though the old man said don't make her enter the race. So now it's like, yo, this is going to be more drama than ever. Because not only she's racing in the next cup, there's going to be more tension for her to literally, like it's going to be more friction around with Oguri Cap in March. Seeing that Rudolph is going to be there, and the coach said not, and the uncle's like, don't do it. Grandpa said not do it, so it's going to be more tension for next week. I don't know where this is going to go, but damn, a Dark Cloud is going to come. But overall, though, this episode was freaking amazing. The race was so effing perfect. This was a 10 out of 10. This was a 10 out of 10. And I'm glad that Cap won, because Oguri Cap need this win because it was about redemption. The last race they had was their debut race, but that last race they had, it has not been for Cap's shoe, the whole thing would eject the course of history. And again, for her to win, this was freaking epic. I love Umamusume. It is the greatest sports anime. It's one of the greatest sports anime of all time. And you can make an argument now, I don't care. But guys, give this show a chance. I know this is Umamusume. I know they're horse girls. It's not realistic sports like the Blue Lock of the world, the Haikyuu of the world, the Prince of Tennis of the world, the Welcome to the Ballrooms of the world. Mushi Pedal of the world, 2.43, the Coco no Basket, Hero no Sora, all those things. I get that. But this show, as a sport anime itself, and Keijo, and even though this is a sports anime, give this show a try. Even though it's horse girls. And they based off of real horses in Japan, just so you know. But again, this was a freaking amazing match. Cap and March races will go on as one of the best races in Umamusume history, and it will go on. So I look forward for next week's episode. And like I said, I feel like a Dark Cloud is coming, seeing how Rudolph is going to be there and so on. We got to see where this goes. So I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.